Yo.
Mic check. JK. え？
はい。
ワンツーワンツーがベスト。
時って昼間は静かなビスト。
日がなんだっていきなり唐突。
夜になってから暗闇紛れた。
テレ朝、あやかりたいなくふがある。
そが天井下へのキラキラ JK。
現状承知。
ダラダラ。
オッケー。頭なんか全部。
空っぽにできたなら言うの。
そんなの言うの。二人の本能。世間に一言。乙女のおたけび。
わわわわ。
感心しちゃう。わわわわわわ。
しもしない
くすぶる本能みんなでワッと
驚かしてさ
まだ見ぬ方へ無駄でもレッツゴーいつしか取れちゃう泣きたい時は思い切って泣いて爽快な気分さ Everyday それぞれあとはいやでもきっとそう笑顔になるさ
Hey everyone, I'm here this week, this time, for this episode of the video game Choo Choo anime podcast, Choochagatari Unlimited Train Works. That's a lot of syllables. We're here. We're all here. This is the first time in like 3 episodes we're all here, right?
I think so.
But
Well, like
yeah.
This is the 3rd. Yeah, we're all here now. This is good. It's back
The
to
gang's back
normal. So yeah, this isn't one of our weeks where we have to talk about a specific anime. So we're just gonna go hog wild.
yeah,
Yeah.
I have like 3 weeks worth of anime takes saved up, so you know.
woo.
John asked me if I had any Eva takes to share. I think everyone else on the show did a pretty good job of saying pretty much everything about Evangelion, so I don't really have much to add, but I will say it's pretty good. I like End of Eva the most. I rewatched it. I think that's probably like the 8th time I've seen End of Eva.
Big move.
It's great, though. I always love the... It's trite to say it, perhaps, but the Komsu Todd sequence is like, mwah. They should teach that in school. Yeah. So here, introduction time. This time in, with me is LV,
Hello.
Trixie,
Hello.
and John.
Hello.
Beautiful. So yeah. I don't want to just hog my airtime back since I was gone and just go off.
You're fine.
So, do you want to start? Because I think we all want to hear about the Netflix anime documentary.
Oh.
Do you just want to
God.
go right into it? Like right out the
We're
gate?
really opening with that.
Hell yeah.
Well, like we're all like, what the, like we want to hear about it, right?
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
so.
I know.
Okay. Sure, I can open it up today with a really big bomb. Sure. Yeah. So as of this recording, Netflix produced. They produced past tense. They released and dropped this documentary known as Enter the Anime as of 2 days ago, and literally immediately for anyone who's active on social, especially the anime community on Twitter, you see nothing but nothing but strong negative reception to it. I have not heard of this thing. I have not seen any marketing or advertising for this thing prior to like this week at all, besides the negative reception. And I guess, ironically enough, bad press does indeed work, because it's only because of its bad press I've seen on Andy Twitter that I decided why not? I'm going to check this out. What is the deal with it? And yeah, this is... I agree. This is not great. This is not great at all. It's pretty bad. It's more than not great. It's horrendous. This was clearly directed by, someone who, the director, she narrated, this was made by someone who literally does not know anything about anime. This is an outsider coming in.
Oh, like a voyeuristic
making
thing.
a whole, yeah. And then okay, yeah, so that already raises a flag. I think if you're going to make a documentary, you know, and I have so much respect for the documentary genre. The whole point of documentary is like you know about the topic and want to like highlight
Yeah,
it.
you're invested in it.
Yeah. So I think it's weird that you decide to go in this perspective as an outsider to explore this topic you have no attachment to or have. You have a passion to learn about it, but like as you said, it's coming in from a voyeuristic perspective, and like off the bat, this thing is like exploring the world of anime, specifically the world of Japan, in a way that's very like dated and orientalist. So much of the documentary is very much like othering Japanese people, like, oh yeah, like, you know, they're so queer. I don't know, like, and the way I'll get into the crux of it. This documentary manages to get like pretty notable people, notable figures. Like for instance, you have Yoko Takahashi, who's known for singing the Evangelion theme song. You know, she's in it. And then you have several people. You know, you have several creators who made things like, you know, Agretsuko. But otherwise, it didn't really. It didn't mention even. It didn't pull really a lot from creators who were, you know, like. You know, even the most basic anime fan would know about these people. You know, like Miyazaki. You know, even in poorer taste, like no mention of KyoAni. Nonetheless, with the, you know, unfortunately, the incident that happened so freshly recently. Yet the documentary decided to, you know, visit and interview, you know, American creators, like, you know, the folks behind the Castlevania series. Which, yeah, like I think that's a worthy title to talk about in this grand sphere of things. Like, you know, there's the blur between, like, you know, what should define anime. Should it be defined by, you know, it's the nationalism? I mean, well, that's a wrong word. The nationality.
The nationalism.
The nationality of the artist, because there are tons of non-Japanese people working in the industry nonetheless. Because it like interviewed people like with Sean Thomas, who's about to debut Cannon Busters, but he's most known for actually, you know, and that's a name not a lot of people know, so I will spotlight him. He's like a character designer for Boondocks, and then, you know, he himself has been working between Korea and Japan, like working on anime actually behind the scenes. But yeah, it didn't really go into like the more obvious like titles for a documentary that's about anime, and like it uses such a dated word. For instance, Japanimation.
Oh man,
What a throwback.
And that alone is like ooh,
like they just use it.
Like, they use it casually, yeah. It's like, ooh, this alone is like, ooh, yeah. This is not even someone who's at least knowledgeable, like just animation. This is like, yeah, this is the wrong person to make this thing. And yeah, like with the decent people and like, you know, regardless of like, you know, whether or not you consider them significant in the industry or like, are they relevant for this doc? Like the people that, like they got, like the talking heads, like I feel like they were done a dirty. I feel like when they were interviewed, like there was just a lot of weird things where they were this documentary wasn't focused on specific issues. And I'm speaking on the fact that like I kind of skipped around. Like it was really painful to like watch this. This definitely didn't even feel like there's a lot of like if let's have a moment to like have flashbacks to like an earlier time with anime distribution in America. Like there's a lot of misguided. There's a lot of misguided enthusiasm about anime. Like I'm gonna reference specifically the infamous advert for Sakura-con. You know, the Garugamesh person, fellow, who like, you know, they're like in a sushi bar, and then like there's like all these white people in the sushi bar, and they're like going like, oh, you know, this one lady's like, I love sushi, and it's like an advertisement for an anime convention back in like 2005, like whatever, I don't know. Anyway, there's like a lot of misguided like perceptions of anime and all the stereotypes about it, like harkening like way back to the 2000s, and now we're kind of much better. Like, you know, anime is now taken more seriously, and how it's being licensed is now more professional with like big giants like Crunchyroll and Funimation and all that, and like it's more accessible. But this documentary doesn't even have that spirit of like, okay, yeah, this is bad and orientalist and really cringy, but it doesn't even have that enthusiasm of like, you know what it is. Again, like as I said, the director is upfront about being like, yeah, I'm an outsider to this topic. Yeah, I'm gonna decide to make it. It's for a documentary that like was about anime. It barely went into anime really. I felt like it was just a bad like. yeah, it was just like a bad tourist when a bad touristy window into Japan in such a misinformed way, and this is definitely not something I think people should watch on a like like a hate watch level.
Not even for that, yeah.
It's not even fun in that way, like, oh yeah, there's some, no, this is like, yeah, this is this was just a bad documentary.
So you have to imagine that this was just Netflix being like, oh, we have anime. Are you
Yes.
free to make are you free to make a documentary?
Yeah,
So
probably.
yeah, so this is what's funny about it. Again, like as I went into, like it didn't really interview or like spotlight some of the obvious examples, like why is there barely minimal talk on Studio Ghibli? Studio Ghibli is like, or Ghibli, however you pronounce it, is internationally known. Like Spirited Away still remains as one of the highest profit animated films, like internationally, and it recently finally landed in China recently, actually, and it did really well, and then, like, finally this card comes up saying, all anime titles covered in this documentary are available on Netflix. They really only covered
Like,
the stuff that Netflix has.
So it was just an
So I
ad,
think-
right?
So it was basically one giant, long, sponsored content ad, like that, the kind you would see on YouTube, like if you still get, like, if you have an ad before YouTube, and for some reason this ad is misleadingly long, this is what this was. An hour-long like Netflix ad for like their anime showcase. So yeah, and not to again, I'm trying my best not to admonish the woman who directed this. Like I'm sure she had good intent coming in as an outsider. And I looked a little bit through her work history. She has no I don't know, like she seems successful, but I would say this was a failed project for her. Like this is not something she should like raise up on the pedestal in her portfolio. But yeah, don't watch it because don't. You're not gonna find anything enjoyable out of it. So yeah.
You think that if they're only doing Netflix content, they'd at least do like the more or less the Japanese content on their service rather than just like even like I know what you said about the Castlevania anime blurring the line, but you think they still would have at least like talked to more people from Japan about anime
Right.
with
Yeah,
the content
exactly.
on their service alone.
Exactly. Really, the only figures that they were able to get a hold of was like pretty much creators of the anime, or like some indirect involvement, like people who have some indirect involvement with the anime. They do have license. Again, they didn't really they didn't get anyone from Studio Kara, they didn't get anyone from Gainax. Like they literally just got Yoko Takahashi, who sang the Evangelion theme song
Still do
for
anything.
input. Yeah, I know. Yeah, she seems great, but otherwise, like, they didn't get an actual like animator or like artist or some creator involved with the actual production of Evangelion.
Yeah.
Also, what's even funnier, for even the people who showed up in this series, they never even mentioned their studios explicitly. Like that was what's interesting too. It really was just like. Yeah, it really was just a weird surface level, like, hey, yeah, look at these cool people. Here are, like, some fun facts about them, but that's it. But, by the way, also they're on our service, Yeah, so it wasn't, don't watch it, because I did, and I don't recommend it.
That's just so weird that they would, like I get it, because I totally get it. Like, it makes sense. Like, oh, yeah, like, we want people to watch our anime that we spent money on, and, like, people just put on documentaries in the background all the time or whatever on Netflix. Like that's a thing I know like tons of people do. So it makes sense like from that perspective, but it's like I don't only stuff they licensed is so bizarre because like it doesn't even seem like all the stuff they've licensed, because they have a lot of licenses to things, like a lot, like
Yeah, exactly.
like Trigger will talk to fucking anyone. That's what I've learned from like the 70 documentaries that they are in. So it's like
Oh yeah, they're very open and very
yeah.
They're in a lot of they guest tons of American cons, like tons. They always are very open about that.
Yeah, and they're not in
so
this like.
I think the funniest part about this is that knowing Netflix, I bet a bunch of those shows aren't going to be on Netflix in like 5 years.
Yeah, that little like black and white blip will be really good like a month. Well,
Yeah.
jeez, that's unfortunate. It's just so weird to me that, like you said, like, they would use Japanimation, or, like, even, like, the fact that this is the way that it is. Because even, like, when I was, like, last year, I was going on this real bender where I was watching Siskel and Ebert, if you know what that is. And, like, that's, like, from the 90s, and they were fucking talking about anime and shit, and how, like, oh yeah, this anime film's great, and stuff like that. And it's like, these old men in the 90s could do it? Like, come on, guys. I just don't get making a documentary if you don't have any sort of investment, I guess. Like, it just feels super gross, like, almost on the level of those people who make, like, you know, those articles that go out every time, like, a con happens, and they're like, I saw some crazy cosplayers. Like, it's like that.
Right.
Like, it's just like, I don't get it.
Someone, like, got their press pass, but they're not passionate about, like, going to this kind of...
It's probably a money laundering scheme.
It's probably a money laundering. What is the...
Right.
I mean, Netflix is a money laundering scheme.
It is, yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, and it just that added layer of, like, I'm not passionate about anime, but I'm going to be weird about, like, defining Japanese people as if they're a specimen. This was like, wow, we're in 2019, and this woman is not even old to, like, justify why she thinks this way. I was like, this is like an old, this is like that, it's like the equivalent of, like, you know, asking an old person to kind of define, like, you know, what is social media, grandma? And then, like, they just define it in such a very surface level way, right? Or they can't explain it. She talks about herself a lot, too. I was just,
nice.
I just wanted
It's
to
absolutely a money laundering scheme then.
I was like, oh man, yeah, it's not great. Again, the third time I'm saying it, don't hate watch it. There's nothing to gain from this. Just
You'll only lose.
You'll only lose. Yeah.
I guess if you are gonna hate watch it, do it in a group so you don't all individually give Netflix money.
Right. Exactly.
God. All right.
And there's tons of anime documentaries out there, you know, and, like, I can't really say there's one encompassing, like, a big one, but there's tons out there you just need to look up. Like, Trigger has, like, a lot of stuff, for instance, where, they focus on, like, you know, like a mini doc focusing on a specific production.
Yeah.
I think there's, like, one on Little Witch.
There's one for Little Witch, Kill a Kill.
Yeah.
I think even
There's tons on
Kiznaiver.
there's tons on Ghibli, and then, like, just Miyazaki alone, coming out and all that. So don't, you know, there's tons out there. Don't
There's better out there.
Yeah.
Just because you see it advertised, you know. Yeah.
Well, let's abandon it now. We'll all forget that it ever existed, just like you want. What a bummer.
That's for the best, honestly.
Yeah. You know, let's go to something that's not a bummer. John,
Yes.
El Malloy rules, right? Like, it's so fucking good.
God, it
Yeah.
does rule. I just finished watching the latest episode before we started recording. Man, that was so good. Just the intrigue, the suspense,
The why done it.
the who done it, the animation. So good. I don't want to spoil shit, but also Gray is just off the shits. She's so cool.
That in first scene she has in the first proper episode they released, where she, like, just, like, jumps off walls or whatever and, like, was doing shit. I was like, this is made for me. Like, she's the stupid shit
So
she was
fucking
saying.
good.
I was like, this is cool as hell. I haven't seen the newest episode yet. I am excited for Olga Marie from Fate Go is gonna be a main character of the next arc.
Oh shit, is she?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like younger though. I think it's like she's like a
Yeah,
kid,
because it's
I
like
think.
10 years before or whatever.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
But yeah, and then Toko from Kara no Kyokai is going to be in it soon as well.
Hell yeah.
I really like this show as a dumping ground for all, like, the normal-ass humans of the Fate universe. Like, it's very
Yeah.
funny to me. Like,
Yeah.
the Apocrypha man is there, Susigo. Like, I loved, like, him just being like, I went through the graveyard because it was raining outside. Like, that's an easy way to get into the house than just walking.
It's really good. I mean, I don't know how like involved like the Tsukihime kind of side of things are, but boy, I shouldn't hold my breath, but I really, really, really hope a Melty Blood character shows up. I would flip
Oh, hell
out.
yeah.
I would.
It's
flip the fuck
possible.
out.
They're all the same universe or whatever. I mean, Toko's
see it.
referenced in Melty Blood.
I want to see Elton.
I want
see my
Neko
girl.
Art Chaos to be there. That's what I want. Like, Waver goes to a cafe and he's just smoking there next to him. He's
Oh my
like,
god.
They would get along swimmingly. That's the thing.
They would get all. It's just like, I think you said it best, John, on Twitter, like a couple episodes ago, where it was just like, God, the Waver anime rules. Waver's in the sewer fighting rats right now. Like, it's exactly like, this is the best Fate anime that they've made.
He is. He's just in the sewer fighting like giant rats and giant rabbits and shit. It's great. He gets his ass whooped, and then Gray shows up, and she just like starts chanting weird shit and saves him. And it's just that's every episode.
Yeah.
My two favorite things about the show are the multiple scenes where Waver is crying into Iskandar's cape that he keeps or whatever
Yes.
in like a box. And the other part that I really like is how whenever Waver fucks up and like eats shit or something over something, he goes back to his little baby voice. Like he'll be like ah or whatever, like instead of his like oh, like it's fucking funny.
I am Lord Elmaloy, and I'm screwing up.
Oh, little
Very
Waver. Waver Velvet.
He's always just gonna be the boy.
Oh,
He
he's so
really is.
fucking. Yeah, I'm
Very good.
I'm very pleased with that show. I wish I had read the manga, honestly, with how good this is. But I'm glad that I didn't, because I get to see all this stuff as it's new and stuff. But it's really, really good. I think this is
It's
like
really
my favorite
good.
Fate thing that has
I'm
been made.
surprised at how accessible it is, considering it's like
Oh, yeah.
a sort of sequel to Fate Zero to begin with. You could watch it with pretty much anyone, because it's not that deep in like Fate bullshit, and they could just get into it, I think.
Yeah, it has like Fate bullshit around, and it has all these like characters that only if you're like deep in you would know about, but you don't have to know about them. Like it can just be like for example, when they talk about Bazette, like they're just like this person we sent died or whatever, and it's like that accomplishes like the same storytelling beat if you know Bazette or if you don't know Bazette, you know, like
Yeah, it's really good.
it's good. Also, the Fate Go anime OVA
Yeah.
Yeah.
was this week, and I thought that was great as well. I thought that was pretty good and made me hopeful for what that anime is going to be like.
Yeah, it was pretty okay. It was kind of talky, but you know, I guess that's fine. I mean, look, I just
It's
said
Fate
that.
Go.
And I was like, wait a minute, it's Fate Go. Hang on. Look, at least it's like the well-written parts of Fate Go here.
Yeah. Oh, Babylon's like right there with Camelot as being like really well written. So I was really glad that this seemed to be promising in what they're going to accomplish in the actual anime. Like, because there are like little tiny bits throughout Babylon where they talk about like Dr. Roman and stuff or whatever, but like not a lot. And even just this one episode really gave a lot to his like character, I think.
Yeah.
Do you think he'll be a focus for this anime, or do you think that was like
Oh.
his moment there?
They'll probably focus because they have to. Like, I wonder how they're going to handle like Fate
like-
Go animes going forward.
Like, I guess they'll just keep doing them depending on how well they do. Like,
But which
'cause Fate does
ones?
it.
And how do they like cover what they skipped or like stuff? You know, like
Well,
that's
I was going to say that my favorite part of this, essentially a MASH OVA, was them just breezing through all the
Yeah.
singularities just to make sure that we know that there won't be any anime adaptations for them.
Were there anime which one of ones got anime adaptations?
Camelot and Babylon. They're doing both of them.
The very, very first singularity has like a movie
right.
sort of thing, but other than that, it's just going to be Camelot and Babylonia.
And
So they
Camelot's a
already did
movie.
Did they already do that?
No, that's out next year.
Okay, because I will probably want to see that because that was when I stopped playing Fate Go, but that is also when the writing gets good. So I'm just
Yeah.
gonna watch the movie because I don't want to have to deal with that shit again because my team fucking sucked, and I don't want to have to sit there and like finagle
Super
with that.
valid.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
didn't
no.
spoil anything in the little breeze by of Camelot, which I appreciated at least. Except they did show Lord Camelot, which is kind of fucked up, but I guess they had to.
I don't know fucking anything about that. It's
Sure.
okay.
I think it's super funny that Babylonia is coming out first, despite
It is,
being a
yeah.
sequel to Camelot.
But they're different studios, I guess, so like it makes sense. And one's like a movie,
Yeah.
so.
That's fair.
But the animation quality for the OVA was like great. So,
Yeah.
I mean, every Fate anime seems to have great animation after the tragedy of 2006, but like, it makes sense. But yeah, it was fun to see Da Vinci animated. That was my favorite part because it's like you don't see that, you know, you never see that.
Yeah.
I do love to see Da Vinci.
Da Vinci's great.
When I saw Da Vinci in her room, all I could think of was like, because she has like, and I've never thought about this in Fate Go with her shop screen, but like she has her stupid flying thing, like her flying machine that Leonardo da Vinci made or whatever,
Yeah.
and like all this other shit hanging around, and I'm like, she just made that when she got there. Like she was just like, you know what, gotta spruce this place up. How about all this bullshit I made? Like,
Okay, so yeah, so there's a few like dumb things that I want to talk about. That's partially it. There was the part where like when they first showed Da Vinci and she's like complaining about like she's just like you've been here for so long and this place is like so unadvanced. What have you been doing? And Roman's just like I don't know what I'm gonna do about Mash. I'm so sad about her. And Da Vinci's just like, I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about you giving me shit to do here. Like, what are you
Vinci.
talking about, dude? Another thing, I completely forgot about that dude with the bushy hair, and I hate him.
oh, Lev, yeah,
I don't
Yeah,
like
he's-
seeing him.
the
Yeah,
evil
he's
leprechaun.
terrible.
Well, he's dead now, so it's fine.
Thank God. And then the third thing was that, like, they said, I don't know if it was just the subs that I was watching or whatever, but they kept just talking about vibes. And
What?
it threw me off every time. It must have been the subs I watched.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
remember that.
Because, like, they kept talking about how, like, Mosh, like, was feeling people's vibes, and I was like...
What?
God.
I think there was a part where Roman was like, I don't know, I wasn't vibing with my last job, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, he's like I'm just
That's so
imagining one of those.
weird.
I'm just imagining one of those posts where it's like, have you vibed with this man? And it's just a picture of Romani, and it's just you entitled to financial compensation.
It's probably because of Aniplex subs, which are usually not the best, to say the least.
I mean, they were fine. Other than that, it wasn't like bad. It was just like I was just like
You were not vibing with them?
vibes? I wasn't. I mean, it was more funny than anything. I was just like, why are they saying vibes? Like what? Fucking Da Vinci and Dr. Roman like hanging out, smoking some kush, fucking vibing out. You know.
I really liked just the opening scene, I think it is, or whatever. Not the opening scene, but one of the opening scenes with Roman or whatever as like a normal doctor, and then like him quitting that and then like traveling around and stuff. Like it just gave so much to his personality. Like, because he has a lot of like characterization backloaded into the Fate
Yeah.
Go story. Like really backloaded. Like I'm
Yeah.
talking in Solomon and stuff like that. And like seeing it like be maybe sprinkled through this a little better, especially when knowing that Merlin's in this stupid fucking anime and he's gonna be an asshole, and that'll be great.
Hell
like
yeah.
there'll probably be a lot of really good like new written interactions between Roman and Merlin. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, I'm glad that they're making an anime of Fate Go because I want more people to see how good that story is without necessarily having to play the game. But, you know, I wish they would do like a fucking like Gouda Gouda event anime, like of just one of the fucking horrible Nightmare Nobu events where like just terrible things are happening, and they just make an anime of that. I guess that's
It
Carnival
deserves their own
Phantasm.
anime.
I mean,
You're
they
right.
should just make another Carnival Phantasm. Like at this point, I
Yeah.
feel like we're due. There's been enough more like Nasuverse stuff. I think we're due, and I'm gonna say I know why they're not gonna do it, because as soon as they do that, the next wave of when is the Tsukihime remake is gonna come in. Like, people are just like, what are you doing? It stop focusing on Fate.
Well, they can leave out Tsukihime this time, and they can do Kara no Kyokai because they didn't do any last time.
They can do look. They can do that as long as I get to see my girl again. That's all. I just need to see all of them.
I see. I was going to say I just want more Taiga stuff, like because she's at the end of every episode. But I'm gonna get more Taiga stuff with this anime, so I'm stoked. It's gonna be great.
Oh yeah, Jaguar Man's in
Yeah.
All right.
She's like all the way on in picking that too, so it's gonna be like really good. Quetz is there, like
yeah. Okay.
it's a lot of good characters, John. Like Ushi Wakamaru's there.
I'm in.
Like yeah,
Huh?
little baby Medusa.
Oh, little baby Medusa.
She's just a baby. Enkidu, everyone's gonna lose their minds.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
All right, that's the Fate minute. All right, we got it. Yeah, but yeah, very good overall. I'm very happy with these recent Fate animes. All right.
Rose, I'm gonna vote that we focus on you for a bit because your section
Okay.
is like 5 times bigger than the rest
Oh, it's
of
all
us,
gonna
so
be
you
short though. I promise.
Still, do what you
okay.
need to.
Let me start with a couple things, and I can transition into stuff that we're all doing or all watching, anyways. So I will say the mom anime. I think you might have talked about it last week, Trixie.
Yeah, it sucks.
It's coward. It's
It's
coward show.
cowardice.
Like
Yeah.
It's a coward
It's a-
show.
it would be one thing if they really leaned into how much of like MILF hunters they are for lack of a better term, like how much they really just love moms. They could really lean into that, but instead it's just like just as cowardly as any other anime where it's like, oh no, she's losing her clothes. Oh.
It's still a joke that happens.
Like it. Oh, look, she's putting on the bikini armor because it's an RPG. Haha. Uh-oh, that's the mom. Like, it's just stupid.
Yeah. What do you think of this latest arc? It's cowardice.
The one with the
isn't
mom.
it? Yeah. The
Yeah.
other mom.
The other mom. Yeah.
There's
Like-
2 moms.
There's
An evil mom.
An evil mom.
Oh
And-
fuck.
I especially didn't like it because like the entire thing was like your mom may be evil and named you after a host that she really liked from like a host club or whatever, but deep down she loves you a lot, and like you never see that. Like their like makeup thing is just like, oh, I guess you're my mom, and she's like, I am your mom, and then they just
still
punch
get
each
along
other.
horribly, but
Yeah.
not even in a jokey way.
It's just bad. It was like, I was like, what the hell? I wish it wasn't as cowardly as it was. Like, if it was just like, I don't know, if they were brave enough to like, do anything with the premise instead of just, it feels like just an isekai except a mom's there.
They have this world building, but they still haven't really elaborated on it. It's like not convincing at all, I think.
Yeah. Like the whole conceit is that this is a video game made for moms and children or whatever to repair their relationships, but it's like there's so much they could do with that, and there's so many like joke things about like this one woman who's just filling in all the NPC roles and stuff like that, and like that's a good gag, but they don't really like do anything with it,
No.
which is like
She repeats her name very boisterously, and that's about it.
that's the joke. And I'm
It's
like,
a pun
okay.
on other words that sound similar.
It's just like this could be a lot better. Based on what people had talked about this show, like when it was a book before the anime came out, I thought that it was going to be like way more satirical than it is, but it's being played so straight. Like
Yeah.
it's disappointing. See? She agrees.
Wow.
It's not a good time.
I just still can't get over how Crunchyroll is still like pushing this as a normal show.
This
Like,
one?
Yeah, there's ads on for Crunchyroll where they're just like, here's this cute mom. Isn't it cute that she's traveling with her son? Don't you want to watch a heartwarming show about a mom and her son? I'm just like, if that was what it was actually was, I would I might be interested, but it's like I feel like you might be able to like file a fucking false advertising suit on Crunchyroll for that shit, because you're gonna say, because I cannot. I could imagine. I mean, there's jokes on Twitter about people being like, I made my mom watch this, haha. Like, I'm seriously imagining some person just sitting down with their mom, being like, this. They keep saying that this is this nice, cute show for moms and sons. Let's watch this. And then by the end of it, your mom is not going to look at you the same way ever again. Like, it's not right. They need to be fucking honest with their shit. They, like, if they're gonna be pulling this shit, they need to at least be like, look, if you like jerking off to MILFs.
If it was even like that, like, it's just like the crux of it is like half of it is focused on like, damn, you saw the mage girl's panties. Can you believe this? Like, fuck, whoa. And then like, guess what she's gonna do? She's gonna punch him. Can you believe that? And they joke about it on the show, like, oh, you're gonna punch me now, haha. That's what happens when this happens in an anime. And I'm like, just because you say that doesn't make it okay. Like, this isn't like...
Also, all the jokes about the mom losing her clothes all happen right in front of her son because he's uncomfortable with it. Isn't that funny? That's a mess.
I'm at least counting my blessings that he's uncomfortable with it.
That's true, I guess. They still don't
They
have
point
to do
out about it, like, constantly, though. They're like, oh, no, look, he's seeing his mom like this. Can you believe it? His mom. Uh-oh, he slipped on his mom. And they're covered in slime. Uh-oh. And it's like, this sucks, man.
It really, yeah.
What else sucks?
Other coward show is Magical Senpai.
Boy.
They don't do anything. They don't do anything. That's the problem with this show. They straight up it is just horny. That's all it is.
I mean, you saw the bird shit. You experienced the bird shit come.
I saw that, but like, since then it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse every time. Like,
It gets worse?
yeah.
Have you seen the latest episode, Rose?
No, I have not.
Oh, so they introduced two new characters, who are this Gairu and her brother. She's totally obsessed with him, and he just exists for fat jokes made by the rest of the cast. It's like the show gets worse and worse with each passing.
Like 90% of the show as is just him being like, "Damn, this girl she has boobs. Can you believe that? I'm looking at them right now. Uh-oh,
Yeah,
look out, that weasel's going into her boobs. This is making me get a boner." And that's like the whole show. And I'm like, wow, thanks guys, I'm loving this. Like, this is great. Who's watching this? Like, seriously.
People that don't know what actual porn is, I'm guessing.
Elvie, I'm not even joking. He literally says that. Like, I'm not even joking.
Wait, he literally says, "I have."
He
a
literally
boner
says
now."
that. Like, he constantly says, like, he said, whoa, and she's like, oh no, this trick is hard, and he's like, something else is getting hard, and stuff like that. Like, it's horrible.
No.
It's the worst shit I've ever seen.
It is just like that, yeah. Like, that was in, like, the second episode.
That's the
I
whole
remember
show,
that.
though.
Yeah.
There's nothing else to it. There's no character arc. There's no progression. Like,
They made the something else is hard joke again in the latest episode.
of course
as well.
they did.
In the same
The
episode.
joke, in quotation marks,
Not even,
very generously.
Not even spread out, at least.
Oh, it's so... I just don't get it. Like... and here, transition into this. You know the deserted island one where there's the girls are stranded on that. That's also a horny show. I'm gonna say that right now. But they're like not cowards about it. Like, they're owning it, and they're also not being like freaks about it, I guess. Where it's
Okay.
just like, oh look, like, because it's like a weird sort of like very specific fetish, that show, where it's like this girl is like eating bugs and stuff like that or whatever, or like this girl is teaching these other girls how to properly dissect a crab to eat it and stuff like that. And it's like, whoever's making this has very specific tastes, and they're going all in on it, and they're not like sacrificing anything. They're going all in on it, and I respect it. Like, you live your truth, I guess, you weirdo who wants to watch these girls, like, spend 6 minutes catching a rabbit in the forest or something. Like, sure. Like, because they, like, there's constantly scenes where it's like, oh, look, they're going swimming in their underwear. Wow. But, like, they never, like, linger on it or make jokes about it. It's just happening. And I'm like, okay, so this person has, like, a further goal they're going for. They have, like, a deeper, like, horny mind going into this, and I can kind of respect that.
It's not your everyday horniness.
Exactly, and it's not just like they're like when they do it, they don't linger on it like fucking Magical Senpai does. Like they're just like, we're going to the next thing. Guess what? They're gonna eat more bugs or something like that. Like it's fucking, it's a weird show. I don't know what's going on with it, but I'd rather watch it every week than the other ones. Another weird show is Streamer Danganronpa. The Ones Within is what it's called. I keep forgetting to actually say the name. I just constantly say Streamer Danganronpa because that's what it is. Yeah. I don't even know what that name means, but...
Where?
Did I talk about their panda daughter last time?
I remember the first time you talked about this. You talked about how they befriended the panda, and the like host of the like villain or whatever was like, "No one's ever befriended the panda."
Yeah.
And how you suspect it might actually be tongue in
I
cheek,
can't
like
tell.
It's probably making fun.
I still can't
because
tell.
of stuff like that. Oh, okay.
So the second episode was like so one of the girls is a Stardew Valley streamer, right? She does ASMR and stuff. And they had her like, you have to raise this giant egg and she will turn into a woman. And they were like, okay. And as the egg was hatching, they were like, everyone, you have to think about like what you want your child to look like. And they were all thinking. And she comes out as like a panda girl with an afro. And like, she's just a normal panda with an afro, basically wearing a schoolgirl uniform. And like the entire episode was about making her comfortable with her self-image. And like helping her out with the boy that she likes at the school.
Oh,
and then at the end she died because she realized her
never mind.
wish. No, she realized her wish. What the fuck? So she like passed
okay.
on to heaven. And like now just randomly throughout the last like 3 episodes, they just keep having like flashbacks and crying about her, like remembering that she existed. And I'm just like, what is this show? Like,
oh my god.
I can't figure it out.
So they did like a fucking like the Gozerian summoning of this panda girl, like
Yeah.
like fucking someone was like, oh, I'm thinking about the panda. I'm thinking about.
It's exactly
a girl with
like
an afro."
that.
Like,
Yeah.
Oh my god. It's a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
The recent one is like, so the last episode was like, oh no, it's like an Oni village and we have to sacrifice a girl to the Oni or whatever. And like, they were like, well, the girls don't want to do that. So we're just going to like have this one guy that we have who's always sleeping. And we're going to put him there because he's just going to sleep through it anyways. And they were like, well, why won't it work? Because they asked for girls or whatever. They're like, no, if you look into this guy's eyes, no matter who you are, you'll fall in love with him. And everyone was like, what? And like, they took off his sleep mask and had him open his eyes, and they all looked at him and they all were like, oh my god, this is the most beautiful man I've ever seen in my life. And like, that's how they won the challenge, is because he's just so like entrancing. Like, I don't know what the show is.
Oh my
Like,
god.
it's just weird. It's just like, you know, like all of like the side conversations in Danganronpa, it feels like they made a show out of the side conversations, and like the real thing is happening but the real story doesn't exist. Like, that's what it feels like.
You're kind of selling me on this?
Yeah, that doesn't sound bad in theory.
It's bizarre though. It's just weird. Like one of the episodes was just straight up like, oh, there are zombie monsters now and they can take on the appearance of everyone and you have to just kill them. But like there was they never like went in like, oh no, how do I tell the difference between them? They were just like killing them constantly, and like it was really obvious when it was a fake one. And I was just like, it's just so weird because it feels like they want you to take this seriously, but they aren't taking it seriously themselves. But also it's not like taking it not seriously in a stupid way. It's just kind of funny like the entire time. And I can't figure out if it's parody or not. I really genuinely can't. It's a very strange vibe that this show gives off to talk about vibes. There you go. Like, it's just, it wasn't.
Are you vibing with this show?
I'm
Ross?
vibing with this show, though. I will say that because it's enjoyable every time. Because I'm like, what the fuck's gonna happen this week? Like, what? Like, all of these things that have happened. Like, nothing. None of this has to do with the alpaca man who's controlling everything.
Would you say it's the best Danganronpa influenced thing then?
Probably. I don't know. I
mean,
really
that's
like.
not a high bar, but
That's not a high bar, but I do really like that scene at the end of the dub of V3, or not V3, Danganronpa 3, the anime, where Kirigiri, where they're like, Kirigiri, I thought you died, and she's like, yeah, I don't know how I'm alive either, and it just ends or whatever. Like, that's great.
God.
That's the best Danganronpa thing that's happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, that show's just weird. I don't know. I recommend checking it out, because maybe you'll be able to decipher it and tell me if I'm missing something, and if it is just like very obviously parody, because I would say that it's just parody based on everything I just said to you. Like, that makes it seem like it's like a joke, right, out of the like Danganronpa format. But then like the conversations are played so straight that I'm just like, I can't tell. Like, I genuinely cannot tell. The other show I'm watching on so that one's on Funimation app. For me, the other Funimation show that I've been watching is Copcraft, which, have you been watching that, Trixie?
Yes, I have.
What do you think of it?
It's quite an interesting show. I'm liking it more than I thought I would. I
Yeah,
think. Yeah.
that's how I feel about it too. It feels sort of like, do you know that bad Netflix movie Bright?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Unfortunately.
it's like if that was good. That's how I feel about it. Like, because it has the same general like conceit of it, where it's like, oh, it's just normal, but now there's magic shit everywhere. But it doesn't like be weird about it, or like try to do like any sort of like, let's solve racism, guys. You know, like it just
Yeah.
sort of like buddy cop.
They do talk about racism quite a bit, but
Yeah, but never like in a weird like, I don't know how to properly.
let's solve racism. That's
Yeah, let's kill the CEO of racism. This is our plan. Like,
it. Yeah.
I just want to talk to the CEO of racism.
like, yeah,
It doesn't do it in a flagrant.
A flagrant,
misinform-
yeah,
where,
that's
like,
exactly
Where the
it.
orcs were kind of like a weird metaphor that didn't make sense with like, yeah, in an insensitive way. You
exactly.
Know, right?
Yeah,
Bright also. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I'm talking about Bright, but Bright had the problem where like it felt like the world too was only peppered with the fantasy stuff on a very surface level, and they didn't really address kind of the bigger, the prophecy thing, whatever, like at all. Like it just like it was like a story that could have worked without all that stuff. Yet it tried and it didn't. So
yeah. That's a bad film. You know, like I really did not.
don't watch that.
Don't watch that either. It turns out when you watch
Don't hate
Netflix
watch it.
films, they're not good. I don't know. This seems to be a reoccurring. Are there any good Netflix films?
Like Netflix original.
Yeah, like
I would
original
say, like-
films.
I was gonna say Devil May Cry Baby, but that's a show, so
Yeah.
not even. I guess there just aren't any.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, fuck you, Netflix. I guess that's the.
Yeah.
What's that?
That's our conclusion. I think.
Yeah. But yeah. Trixie, do you want to talk about Wasteful Days of High School Girls? I'm also watching that.
It's one of the weaker shows I'm watching this season, I think. It's just a generic, slice of life high school show, except I guess the twist is that everyone in the show is, well, I was gonna say everyone in the show is a total freak, but that's not even a twist in anime these days.
The way I've been thinking of it is it's like Nichijou to an extent, except if like Yuko was actually an asshole. Like that's what I've thought about the show to a degree.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because the main girl's like a monster.
Yeah, her thing is that she gives all the other high school students nicknames because she can't remember their names, and a lot of bad nicknames. First off, shout out to the worst one, which is calling a shorter girl lowly, because that's funny still in 2019.
It's so funny.
Yeah. As Divergence as well, but also shout out to their terrible teacher. I was into the first episode up until his introduction, where he goes on this long rant about how he's totally not into high school girls, no way. And it goes on for like 3 full-ass minutes or something. It's abysmal. The only things that I really like from the show are the intro bits, because they feel the most, like, organic and funny of all the jokes in the show. I was especially, like, they're more, I guess this show's like anime Seinfeld, if I had to put it to a comparison.
Yeah.
Like high school girl Seinfeld, but worse than that sounds.
Yeah, because, like, you're selling me on, like, that, but, like, I think I might like it a little more than you, but I totally agree with you, I think. Like, where... My thing with it is that the main girl is just so mean all the time, like, to everyone, that, like, 90% of the driving force of it is, like, just her being mean to someone and it causing issues, like, but, like, it's treated as a joke most of the time, like, the tiny girl character is, like, such a sweet girl. Like, she's just a nice character, and she's just, like, a monster to her, to the point where she's, like, home and she's, like, crying about being bullied by her, basically, but it's treated as a joke?
Yeah. Like, they really want to sell you on this idiot asshole protagonist. But it's just not funny.
She's not showing me anything that makes me like her, like, for example, Yuko does a lot of stupid shit in Ichijo, but, like, she does a lot of, like, endearing and, like, humanized things, whereas this person just acts like not a real person, I guess, like, at any point.
None of them feel like real characters to any extent, honestly.
Yeah.
There's a stalker girl whose whole like thing is stalking the asshole idiot girl, just so that she can get close to her crush. But I don't know. Like, the intro bits are funny, though. And
the opening is great. I think it's, like, my favorite opening
good.
this season.
It's such a mismatch of, like, an opening to the quality of the show, but...
Yeah.
I guess, yeah. Just watch the opening bits of the anime, honestly. That's my recommendation.
There's been a couple, like, bits, like, jokes that I've actually, like, really liked. Like, I like the like, all of the stuff with the little girl, like, with her grandmother stuff and going to the store and stuff. Like, I liked that bit, like,
yeah,
because it just felt, like, very cute and endearing. But yeah, too much of the focus is just like there was this entire bit where it was like one of the girls being like, why am I friends with this asshole girl? And it's like, one time, like, 6 years ago, she told me to follow my dreams or something. And it's like, okay, but right now she's, like, poisoning you and you're, like, losing consciousness in real life because she's poisoning you. So it's like, what the fuck?
I guess that's the best example of her being an idiot asshole, because at least that one, like, goes beyond the caliber of the other jokes.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's, like, depressing almost how much of an asshole she is to people.
Like, to the point where they're, like, harassing service workers and stuff. Like, there was this bit where it's just like, she's like, I'm refusing to get off of the mall floor or whatever. And they're like, well, we're going to go force this janitor to force this girl off the floor or whatever. And the joke is that we're not calling the janitor by his name or whatever. And I was just like, this poor fucking man. Like, he has to deal with this. It's not funny. It's just sad.
Made me realize how much more I appreciate, like, the joke writing in Nichijou and Seinfeld.
Yeah, totally. Because I think it's one thing if the show, like, recognizes, like, that a character is, like, an asshole, for example. Like,
yeah.
But, like, this show just is, like, I don't know what I'm supposed to think at all of, like, any of the characters. I think the Chuny girl's funny, but I just think any Chuny's funny.
Chuny girl's good because she's Chuny.
Yeah, but
I wish
it's
the
like you
show
can get that
focused more
anywhere,
on
you know?
her. Yeah.
Yeah, because she gets like a lot of ending bits. Pretty much every episode ends with her, to an extent, and
Yeah.
it's just like, and those bits are always pretty good. But,
Yeah.
and you're also on Dumbbell Girl. Are you watching Dumbbell, LV also, or?
No, I have yet to
Wow,
do so.
so you talked it up before, and now, oh my goodness. What do you think, Trixie?
I'm very on it. I'm just not into it, any aspect of it, I think. I'm also starting to question how much of the exercise advice they give is like legit and how much is like not on the level exactly. Like, I don't know, like I'm a dummy when it comes to like knowing exercise stuff, so I just take the show at face value. But sometimes they say stuff, and I really wish I wrote down like what sets off my radar. But there's like, is this really? Should people really be following this advice? Like too many reps, or just not reasonable application of exercise? I don't know. I also don't like any of the character designs. I think for a Doga Kobo show, it just doesn't look that good, which is usually why I watch those shows.
Would you say it's cowardly as well to continue the coward concept? Like, from what I've seen, like they are drawing like men like super ripped or whatever, and then the women are all like tiny. Even if they have abs, they just have like sort of the implication of abs.
Yeah, it's cowardly in that way as well. I don't think the men being all super bulky and beefy beyond reasonable is like funny the first time, but then it's just like, yeah, that's cowardly. Draw a woman with real abs, I guess.
Yeah, come on.
It's not an ecchi show though. Like there's like shots that focus on their bodies from time to time, but it's not like fan servicey. So it's not even cowardly in that sense either. It's just they don't draw women like, oh yeah, and I guess also when a woman is quote unquote fat or overweight in that show, they look the exact same as
Yep, that sounds like anime.
yeah, that cowardly row. Yeah, just not into it. It's also a Funimation show, so it's not worth watching on their service, I think.
Well, that's too bad, because it
Yeah.
could have been something pretty funny on the premise, I guess. But I guess with that sort of thing, you always have to be like, have they been like particularly bad about like weight stuff at all? Because that's always my worry with those types of things.
The first episode sort of was, but then they just stopped being like they stopped being bad about that stuff. But like it's I don't know, they didn't even stick to like the half-hearted fat shaming in the first episode. It's a very half-hearted show, I guess, is what I'm looking for. It's also another example of a weak show this season with a banger of an opening.
Oh, I haven't looked up the opening, but I'll believe it. I want to say this is a pretty good season for openings as far as all things considered, because like there's like 2 Mythanoid ones I think also, and I like the Mythanoid openings. Yeah.
What shows are they opening for?
They do Isekai Cheat Magician. That's the one I know for
Oh,
sure,
yeah.
but I feel like they did another one as well. I just can't think of it. I might just be thinking of Boogie Pop, if I'm honest with you. I might just be thinking of that.
I still think of Boogie Pop.
Their opening for that was like, wow.
Godly, yeah.
All right, Elvie.
Yeah.
Besides the horrible Netflix anime thing that you had to watch, you watched a couple things that you were telling us about in our podcast group chat.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you want to just fucking go in? You can pick whichever one you want.
All right. Well, I'm gonna keep on this streak of shaming I guess.
Wow, we're just going all out.
Okay, so this was there's like a number of like boys love titles actually. I think we we saw in that preview chart for the season actually like a good number, or at least titles that seem suggestive of that premise. For like, oh yeah, there's like, oh, boys love premise. And so I think it was last week, the end of July. Tri Nights had its first episode, and it was like the rugby anime. We were like, what? Like rugby has a place in Japan. And it turns out there is other rugby anime series.
Really?
I learned something. Yes,
Oh my
there is
God.
at least one other one. But anyway, Tri Nights is based off of a manga. It wasn't good. It wasn't good. The first episode was really bad, and when you mess up the first episode, I don't know if I have faith in you, but I'll see. I'm gonna like watch at least 2 more to see where this goes. But okay, I don't know how the source materials. So I'm talking specifically about the anime. I seen the manga art. The manga art's like pretty. It looks pretty solid. It looks really beautiful. There's like beautiful line quality, and the characters seem to. The characters again seem to have like look similar, but there's like enough subtle diversity in how they look where I can actually tell them apart. Tri Nights though, the anime adaptation is so bland. It's hilariously bland and needs to try harder. It's not trying hard enough to be to be called Tri Nights at all. Everyone looks the same. So the main premise, and just kind of kick off into the story, is that, the story itself is not really the issue. Like, it's very generic, but it's not like, I would not, like, admonish the series for, like, oh, yeah, it's bad. The premise is like, oh, the main character, he, in his past, like, he loved rugby as a child, but for some reason in between that time then and now, like, he lost his passion for it, or he stopped. And then like this kid in his class, like this delinquent, I'm assuming that he's blonde because it's bleached hair, it's not his natural hair color or whatever, even though there are characters with pink hair in this. There's like a delinquent in his class who turns out he crosses paths with him one day. He never interacted with this kid before, but then he sees him playing rugby one day, and like it just sort of inspired him, like, oh yeah. And then the delinquent kid kind of like hypes him up, saying like, oh yeah, you think you can play rugby or whatever, and like eventually the main character, like, this kind of segues into the main character gain interest in like joining this team and whatnot. But yeah, there's that's the story. That's really the premise. There's really nothing else going on. And yeah, there's like a lot of guys. So I guess there's like room for it to potentially be, saucy with, like, oh yeah, boys love subtext and all that. But otherwise, it's not advertised as something like that. The first episode is this is a sports series. So for a sports series to be, I think, successful and like, hey, yeah, look at this cool sport. And I feel like a lot of sports series are by people who generally love like this topic that, they're depicting. I'm assuming this is out of passion. They're not just picking a random sport or like some sort of, like lifestyle just because they're like, oh yeah, this might be weird. No, I think they're genuinely like fans of it. Like the Ice Shield creator genuinely loves American football and is like into it. And I'm assuming this is the same case here, whereas the anime adaptation of Tri Nights like fails on selling me rugby because it's so poorly animated. The production quality is so bad. So again, I highly recommend looking up the anime key visuals, because the first problem already as is that all the character designs look the same. Every guy looks like the same skinny built, kind of slim, angular, like facial feature guy. And to add the layers of how funny this was is like there's like one scene before the main character decides like, I want to play rugby, where like some of the rugby players are like making fun of him and mocking him, saying like, oh yeah, look at this scrawny guy, he has no muscle. But then no one in the series actually has like any build to suggest otherwise. Everyone in the series is the same scrawny, like lean, kind of a shonen like anime type guy. There's nothing else to suggest otherwise. That none of these people look like they have the builds of what an average rugby player looks like. The first episode is just like a lot of medium shots, like a lot of talking head moments, and barely anything happens. So so like there was like maybe one cool like dynamic action shot, which is the first time the main character sees like the delinquent guy play rugby. But other than that, when there's like any action otherwise or actual rugby playing, it was just very cheap animation where, you know, like my best way of describing this, it looked like there were just two drawings of like two different poses, and then they just kind of dragged it across like the camera is just wiggling a little bit with like anime action. There's no animation. There was no animation this episode. And again, like, you know, there's like animation's a tricky thing where like if there's a severe lack of animation, you know, and a severe lack of movement, you make up for it with like really good drawing, you know. So like if there's nothing going on, at least how things look, you know, like it's composed well and it looks good. I know what's happening. But the show fails in doing that as well because like the drawing's also bad. Again, you have like character designs where everyone looks the same, bad animation, and then like, you know, as a result with very loose drawing, like everything looks flat and it's just not good. Like for our first episode, this was really bad. Like, and this is not great to start off with such a low production quality if you're trying to sell me this series and this premise. And what's even sadder is that I can tell it's trying to be like one of those next big sports anime franchise, because like at the end of the episode it has like this cute like after episode lesson explain what rugby is, because again rugby is not like a commonly observed sport in Japan. You know, kind of like what Ice Shield did, like, you know, kind of like what the characters did in Gunbuster, like where like the chibi versions of themselves are explaining like, you know, like, oh yeah, this is what rugby is, here are the rules and here's the recap. But it was an extremely lackluster first episode for something that I think wants to be more and is hoping to be more and it's hoping to get that audience, but it wasn't good. It was very boring and bland.
I have to say, like, so I've never watched them myself, but I can understand the appeal of sports anime. But the idea that so many of the sports anime like this one are from manga is like crazy to me, because like I can't imagine reading, like watching, like looking at static pictures of a sport happening, right? Like that's like I don't and to hear that like the show, it doesn't even do a very good job of translating that, like necessarily. Like, I mean, Inazuma 11 doesn't have stellar animation, but I at least hear about like really like when they go all out or whatever and animate like one game happening or something like that. Like, so I don't know. Just watch real rugby, I guess. Is that what you'd like?
Yeah, and again, like I made sure to like, and there's very little coverage on the manga itself. There's like nothing on this. Like I can't imagine being like I don't know, like this, I don't know if this person has other work, and it looks like a couple of people. It looks like someone did like character designs, and it seems like someone did writing and the art separate. Like it's two different people. It's a couple different people. I can't imagine being this like lesser known like mangaka or like team of people, and then like when you're for your show to get chosen or like suddenly it gets to pass and greenlit to be like adapted into an anime form, and then like to see this first episode, I'd be so insulted if I was like that team of artists. Like, like this is like my opportunity to like, to hopefully get more exposure and maybe something will come out of this. But it was such an abysmal first episode, and it does such an injustice to like the very minimal I was able to find of the manga art, where it looks really honestly like polished and solid and dynamic. And yeah, the guys don't all look the same. There is actually subtle differences across the character designs. So this series is definitely a pass, but I will try to watch another episode just to see like what else is happening, because for our first episode I'm not impressed at all, and it does not sell me at all that this is going to be a long-running series or something that I should keep up with.
I admire your dedication, at least. I appreciate
3-episode rule.
3 episodes. You follow a better path than me, I suppose, since I'm still watching our Fretta and you are not watching that.
No, that's out the window. That is an example of another poor series that has a pretty good OP. I personally think. It's a shame. Yeah,
it totally does.
A good OP song. The sequence for the OP is not good either. But
I waffle between saying that it's bad or good, but the certain magical, I think, scientific accelerator anime. That opening is fucking funny. That's the only way I can describe it to you right now. It's called Shadow is the Light, which is like, and it sounds like a, like,
Sounds wrong.
canceled Shadow the Hedgehog song, like, dead ass. Like, it's just like, like, it's, all the lyrics are just like, evil is good, and shit like that, and I'm just like, yeah, fuck, man, sure is. Like, whatever. It's really funny. I just, every time you watch it, I'm losing my mind at it, because it like, oh, I can't even describe it. Look it up. I would say that I'm going to edit it into this episode or whatever as an opening ending, but I'm not going to subject people to that necessarily, so don't worry. Just look it up on your own if you can. It's just the accelerator opening. John.
Hello.
Pokemon time. Let's do it.
All right. So, I feel like I need to talk about Pokemon specifically because I don't want the time that I used watching it to go to waste.
Okay, that's it's interesting sunk cost thing you're saying.
I mean, you know,
Helping for input and output. Yeah.
it's the Pokemon League still, and I don't like it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do my usual synopses, so you all can be harmed with me. So, oh boy, I'm trying to remember where we left. Okay, yeah, that's right. So, episode 132. So Ash and Hao are gonna battle. And Hao is going off about how he's like, oh, I have my Decidueye. It's super strong. You're not going to be able to fight it. And so Ash is like, well, I'm going to fight your Decidueye with my Rowlet. And literally everyone is going, dude, use your Torracat. It's a fire type. The episode is fucking dumb as shit, because after that, Rowlet's like foster family shows up, which were I'm trying to remember what those Pokemon are called. It's like the Pidgey of that generation. A Trumbeak, Pikipek, Toucanon specifically. Toucanon. Toucanon's pretty great, honestly. But they just have this like long sequence of the Toucanon teaching Rowlet how to use Feather Dance of all moves. As if, like, anyone uses
the
that.
championship clenching move, right? Everyone always uses that at the Pokemon tournaments in real life.
Yeah, so we'll get to that. So the episode continues. They start the battle. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry, I forgot, because it's like completely inconsequential. Gladion fights James and just wrecks his ass, and it's like whatever. So the battle starts, and like immediately, like the episode has like 3 minutes left, so it's like, okay, yeah, it's gonna bleed into the next episode. Both Pokemon use their Z moves just to get it out of the way. They're just like, yeah, we're just gonna get the Z moves out of the way, whatever. It's stupid. Next episode, it's called Bird Battle: Brave Bird versus Sky Attack, because those are the moves that they're using.
What a name.
So it turns out that Rowlet got out of the way of Decidueye's Z move because he was wearing like this hood that looks like Decidueye's hood, because he was like trying to like psych himself up or whatever, and he like used it to escape the move. And you know, you use that once, you're like, okay, yeah, that's kind of cute, whatever. That's cute. He dodged out of the way once with that. Okay, the battle keeps going. It's just the battle. It just keeps going. It just keeps going. There's a point where Decidueye and Rowlet run into each other. Rowlet uses Brave Bird. Decidueye uses Sky Attack. They ram into each other, and they both fall down. They're both down. Judge is watching. It's a Nanu. Nanu's the judge. He's sitting there watching. He's waiting. Decidueye gets up, and then Nanu's like, all right, Rowlet's not getting up. Hao wins. And so it's like, oh, Ash got knocked out that early? Holy shit. All of a sudden, what's his name? The fucking Hala, Hao's grandfather, which is especially funny here. Hala all of a sudden goes, "Wait, Nanu, come here." Starts talking to him, and he goes, "We're rescinding that, because Rowlet isn't actually incapacitated. It just fell asleep."
Like, okay,
Ultimate bait switch.
that's different than incapacitated, obviously.
Yeah, like, Rowlet falls asleep all the time, and that's like a running gag. But it's like, I don't know, it's so weird. So then the battle continues for like another minute, and what happens is, and it's so dumb. Decidueye uses Spirit Shackle, I think is the move, where it fires the arrow onto their shadow, and then it can't move. And then Decidueye goes for Sky Attack again, and just as he's about to hit Rowlet while he's pinned down, Rowlet like fucking sheds all of his feathers. Like, he's
What?
not naked, but he like poofs out his feathers, like he puffs out of it, and then Decidueye misses its Sky Attack, and then Rowlet uses Brave Bird and knocks it out. Like,
They should have showed a naked Rowlet. That would have been fucked up if they showed
should have,
that.
but they used the exact same thing as the ending of the last episode, with jumping out of something and dodging from the shadow, the Spirit Shackle.
Here's my theory for you, John. Do you think did they bring back one man specifically to write, like, all of the Pokemon leagues every single time? So that they just write stupid shit every single time that no one likes? Because, like, it feels like everyone hates the Pokemon League stuff every single season.
I was talking to you about this. I was talking to you about this before the show, and I think I realized why I dislike Pokemon's battles. Is that there is a, you expect them to follow some sort of rules, and when you watch any other characters battle in this show that are not the main characters, they battle pretty similarly to what you would see in the games. Maybe there's some flourishing for excitement, they can dodge, they can do other stuff like that. But I feel like whenever one of the main characters is in a battle, the only way that they win is if they do something that is completely outside of the playbook. And it is so constant that it stops being interesting and just becomes, like, frustrating. Like, they can never win actually based on their own, like, on the rules that the franchise presents. They always have to do something stupid out of the blue, and I think that's kind of boring in a way. Like, every single one of these battles has just been Pikachu used Thundershock on the fire extinguishers, or the fire sprinklers, over and over and over again for years and years and years. And that's just dumb. It's dumb. It's old. I've had it. Have a normal fucking fight sometime, Pokemon.
It's very disappointing that they haven't figured out how to, like, because, like, by all accounts, it's just a shonen anime, so it's like they could just, like, have some really good, satisfying fights, but they seem like hell-bent on making the stupidest decisions constantly, like the, Greninja loses to Charizard and shit like that. Like, it's just...
It's so bizarre. It's so bizarre.
Is that it for Pokemon, John? Is that your...
Pretty much. I mean, the only other thing is... Okay, so there's two more small things that happened. Kiawe and Sophocles started their battle. And whatever. Sophocles already used a Z move, so we'll see how that goes. And then Ash's Meltan climbed on top of a building and started, like, spinning its head around. So I think basically what's, like, 90% going to happen is that it's trying to summon all the other Meltan, and they're probably going to turn into Melmetal. That's probably what's going to happen soon.
I really don't like Melmetal.
It's kind of dumb looking. Like, Meltan's this cute little thing.
Meltan's
like, oh,
cute,
yeah.
yeah.
And then Melmetal's just like, hey, bro.
Remember Conkeldurr? I'm that again.
I do, unfortunately, remember Conkeldurr. But yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the next episodes that are coming up, and I can already tell you who wins the fight with the Sophocles and Kiawe, because they full on spoil it 2 episodes later. So
of
that's
course.
I don't know. I guess whatever. Fucking yeah, it's just gonna be the league for the next few episodes. I mean, I don't know. We'll see how it goes, I guess. But oh yeah, the fucking like the trailer for the next episode. Like I said it, but God, they are just gonna kill Lana. Like they just
Just murder on
they just have Guzma's fucking whatchamacallit, the big bug thing. I don't remember what that bug is called.
It's cool.
Yeah, it is cool
forget.
looking. But it's just like it like crushing it and stinging it multiple times, and just, like her fucking Primarina just fucking laying into it, it's fucking foul. But God, this poor little girl's just gonna get like completely eviscerated by this dude. Like it's not right.
That's fucked up.
It is fucked up. And then Ash is gonna beat him because of the power of friendship or whatever. And then he'll be like, I see the errors of my ways. I see the error of my ways. I'm gonna stop being evil Team Skull. I'm gonna be nice Team Skull. And then that'll be it. I don't know, but that's it. That's Pokemon.
Well, Sword and Shield soon, right? Probably. Like, they'll probably go, like, once that comes out. Do you think they'll finish up by then?
Absolutely. I mean, Sword and Shield is in November. So the Pokemon... They're getting up to the semifinals of the Pokemon League. That's going to be soon. So I think they'll be done before Sword and Shield comes out. I don't know if they're going to keep working through
Well,
that,
usually
'cause,
they do, like, a little bit at the end, from what I remember. Like...
I mean...
Yeah, the transition thing.
I think...
Like, oh.
Well, now that I think about it, they've done everything in Sun and Moon, except for one thing, which I kind of forgot happened, which I don't know if they're going to do it fully, but they still have to do Rainbow Rocket, I guess.
Oh, yeah. I wonder if they will... They could do that, I guess. But I wonder if they would.
Like, they can have Team Rocket, like, storm Alola, but I don't know if they'll go through the effort of, like, bringing back all the, like, other
like
villains.
Maxie and shit, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll do that. I mean, if they do, that'd honestly be pretty hype, but I don't know if they'll do that. It might just be Team Rocket, it might just be Giovanni, like, storming the island. We'll see. Yeah, there you go. That's Pokemon for you.
I know, speaking of two other shonen anime, these are two things that I've been thinking about recently. Kimetsu no Yaiba is still very good. And Dr. Stone, I've also been enjoying.
I haven't been keeping up with the first
Oh,
one,
really?
though.
Yeah. I can't blame you too much. Any reason or just...
No, yeah, it's just like, oh, this is not my... I think it's one of those weird things where, like, I feel like this is a show that, it's not gonna go away anytime soon. It's just getting, like, nice... It's getting, like, universal support.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm
sure.
like, okay, I'm not. Whereas something like Dr. Stone, I've been keeping up regularly because it's, like, a comedic thing, and I feel like if I don't watch it in a timely manner, I'm just not gonna...
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know. It's something weird about that.
I'm with you, LV, in the sense that, like, I kind of dropped off of Kimetsu no Yaiba because I, like, didn't watch an episode, and then I just kept going, oh, I'll watch it later, and then now it's been, like, 7 or 8
right.
weeks, and I haven't watched it.
Yeah.
And then Dr. Stone, I know, will be the exact same thing. Like, I am watching it, but if I ever miss a week, I'm just gonna never watch it ever again. Like, that is the exact same thing.
Alas.
Right.
Well, here's what I think about both of those anime, is they are way too slow, and they do not respect anyone's time.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's why I dropped it off, because I was just like, for Kimetsu no Yaiba, I was like, okay, they're going to some other town, and then there's gonna be like 3 episodes of them fighting this one demon. Like, it's like, okay, like, I'm exaggerating, but it's not exaggerating that much, you know?
Hardly an exaggeration, if anything.
I at least like... I am more positive on Kimetsu no Yaiba. I mean, I still really like Kimetsu no Yaiba, like, a lot. Like, I like it, and I, like, enjoy...
None of this is bad.
I enjoy watching it, but I would say the way that Dr. Stone wastes your time is straight up bad, I think, a lot of the time. Like, the last episode especially, they spent literally the first 7 minutes retreading the last episode. Like, and it was just like, I know what happened. Like, why do you have to, like... And then they just spent, like, forever like to explain like one thing that could have been explained in like a second for like no
Yeah.
reason. Like there was no like emotional resonance going on. There was no like sort of like, oh yeah, I really think that without going far into spoilers, that a character died. I really believe that happened. Like it was just like, it just felt like such a like waste of time, and that's like what I hate a lot. It's why I totally can understand why people don't watch Hunter x Hunter, for example, because Hunter x Hunter is very good, but like, you know, there's a lot of times where it'll spend like forever on one thing for no reason, and I don't. Yeah, like I can get it for shonen shows to an extent, and I know both of these are shonen Jump shows, but like the way that like these are both ones that have a 26 episode run and they stop, I think, both of them. And it's just like, why do you have to like waste time like that? Because you have enough source material that you don't need to, which is, you know, that's a problem with a lot of like Naruto and stuff like that, was they were like trying to make sure they didn't run out.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball.
Yeah. But like they have like Kimetsu no Yaiba has like so much material. Like right now, currently where we're at is like not even a fourth of what's out there right now. And I just don't get why they're like dragging their feet so much. Because when they do the fight scenes in that show, they're fantastic. They look really good.
Yeah.
They're like choreographed well. Like it's like everything's like composed in a very like compelling and like fun way, and then like they just will have like a ton of just dead air time that's like really unfortunate.
I think, especially with Demon Slayer, the dead air is such a problem because it also does the shonen thing of recapping the last episode, but worse than most shonen I've seen. Like, it'll take its time, and the episodes aren't that long either, so it just drags like crazy at points.
And also like every episode feels like it ends like a minute too early.
Yeah, it really does. It drives me crazy. Like, just go one more minute, and you'll be
If
done.
it just went, yeah, and then they could move on like way better, because like I think the worst one was when they were inside the drum house with
Oh,
like Trick
God.
House or whatever, and like
Yeah.
3 episodes in a row ended with a fight about to be done, and then they spent the next 10 minutes like recapping what happened and then finishing the fight, and it's like you could have just finished the fight like straight up in the last episode
Yeah.
and we would be done here. Like
It's like crazy to me when you say we're not even a fourth of the way through, because I can't imagine like with this pace that we're subjected with, like it going that much longer.
I know, but like, cause it's like, it just feels like they're like going way too slow with choosing what to adapt from the manga and stuff. Like they need to speed it up. The pacing is just very weird, which is a shame, because I think like overall, like the fight, like I said, the fighting's great. Like the music's fantastic. All of the art is amazing. The characters are really likable and cute. Like it's just like, man, pick it up.
Poor
I don't know.
pacing, yeah.
Yeah, it's frustrating. And with Dr. Stone, it's just like I like when they explain science things. I want to
Yeah.
say that. I like that. And that's not what I feel is a waste of time. It's when they do like these bizarre, very obvious character relationship descriptions where they're explaining like why these characters like each other or whatever, and like they never say anything that's like, oh, this is cute or whatever, this is endearing. It's just like, wow, I'm friends with this person because I've known them for a long time. I'm going to reiterate that they saved me from bullies like 8 times or something like that. And it's
Yeah.
just like, we get it, dude, okay? Like, how about you show us another aspect of your relationship? Like, if more of the scenes were like that scene or whatever where, like, it's talking about like how they all became friends or whatever, the 3 of them, and like they had like the little rocket with the dolls or whatever. If
Yeah,
that was cute.
That added something new, because my biggest fear with Dr. Stone was that girl was not going to get any dimensionality, and it turns out, oh, she does. She's not like a damsel in distress. She has something to add to this dynamic. So,
Yeah, and it humanizes Senku
but then they-
too. Like,
but then they choose to repeat the bullying thing, and I'm like, oh,
yeah, like multiple
didn't need to do
times,
that.
and it's
I know
like I
this.
get it.
Yeah, they just definitely don't. They don't respect people's time and or like attention at all.
Yeah.
You know what? Here's the thing. I think that, especially with Dr. Stone, I think they're treating Dr. Stone as if it was something that was on, like, a network TV. They're treating it like something that people would tune into. Like,
Yeah.
oh man, you should watch this. Check out the next episode. You won't miss anything. Check out the next episode. But it's like, it's an anime on a streaming service. It's like, Crunchyroll was so involved with this, they should fucking know that people are going to start from episode 1 and watch through. They're not going to hop on like it's a fucking, like, a show on USA Network or something, you know?
But that's my problem, is like shows on USA Network have like perfected the like recap thing. They just have a 30-second sizzle reel of like scenes to pique your memory about what happened on the last episode and stuff like that, you know? Like, they don't think that you're a fucking idiot and forgot like the entire episode that happened last week and have to show it to you again. Like, that's always been my problem with a lot of anime series, is it's like, I know what was happening. You can just show me like some images and my brain will go, oh, that's what happened. That's what happened. Yeah, of course. I remember that now. Like, the way that they are composed makes me think that they think that we're watching these episodes like 20 weeks apart or something like that. Like, I don't get it at all. I really don't. And I'm sick of it.
I feel like a lot of adaptations from Shonen Jump are like that because Promised Neverland was also like that in retrospect.
It was, yeah.
And that's a 12-episode show, and the pacing was like abysmal at points. So it might just be a Shonen Jump thing, especially. If I were to guess.
Well, little boys are stupid.
But then,
so.
like, I don't know.
And,
Yeah.
Well, I say that, but then even, like, My Hero Academia is really good about, like, its pacing.
Yeah.
Despite being too core, so... I don't know.
Maybe it's just inexperienced people not knowing how to adapt, like, very well. I don't know.
Probably.
Because I was trying to think of something that's like maybe it's JoJo. Honestly, I was trying to think of, because I was talking with my girlfriend about how the Willy Wonka film is better than the book earlier today, and I was trying to think of something that's like an anime that is better than like the source material, like a manga or a light novel. I think it might just be JoJo, now that I say that out loud. I think it just might be JoJo, because JoJo adds in the music and everything, and it's really good.
Devilman Crybaby?
Oh, Devilman Crybaby. But that's like kind of a different thing, because there have been other adaptations of it. But you're right. No, you're right. Yeah, that one's really good too. It's really good. Devilman Crybaby's really good.
God, yeah.
Okay, do we have anything else that we want to talk about right now? Anyone?
I've been keeping up with Fire Force.
All right, yeah, go for it.
It resumed from its hiatus. Well, it wasn't really a hiatus. It was like, oh, we're gonna take a break because we want to be sensitive to some of the recent events at hand, and it's like, we don't. Fire Force remains very intriguing. I'm gonna keep up with it, but I'm realizing now with every passing episode, I don't like the main character.
Oh no!
I love everyone else though. The most recent episode introduced this pigtailed hair girl. If you've seen pictures of her, like, if you look at Fire Force, she's probably the one you'll see the most, where she just has her uniform open and she's just wearing this bikini top and she's got these pigtails. There's no reason for her to dress like that, but I guess as we will soon learn in this episode, she's kind of like, I guess, the main fan service girl, because that's like her shtick, and then the main character like gropes her the first time they meet, and it's like, great, I guess this is the running joke now with her, but I'll get into that. She Naruto runs when she runs. That's also good. Her like firepower is literally that she conjures up these fire cat ears and a tail, and it's called the Nekomata. It's pretty good.
All right.
She just like prowls like a cat, and like that's literally her power. And yeah. The previous episode, we were also introduced to. So I think the show of like every current episode, we're being introduced to more and more members of like this actual like fire brigade, as opposed to like, which is weird. I don't know why they're not being introduced all at once. But the previous episode, we were introduced to this kid who basically is a delusional like King Arthur parody
Fate.
type of kid. And his fire power is that he needs to hold onto something or like some sort of vessel or weapon, so it will extend plasma into it. So basically, he has a lightsaber that he calls Excalibur. And I don't really care much about him, but he's more interesting than the main character before I go into it. But he's blonde and he's very self-absorbed. He sometimes talks in third person. And the main character really has some sort of rivalry they never really go into besides being like, hey, you, I remember you from that school, and they try to fight it off, and it was never explored again, but that's okay. But anyway, so there's like a pigtail hair girl and a lightsaber kid. The more recent episodes, it was cool because they actually explain a little more of the hierarchy and structure of like what these fire forces are. There actually are different companies, and the main company that the series focuses on with the main characters is like fire. I think it's Fire Company 8. Yeah, so 8 is significant. But they're kind of the weird like company that everyone else makes fun of. They're like the throwaways, or like the people who are not as good, because their captain actually, so far, the captain of their company has no fire powers of his own, at least so far. We don't know. Yeah, and they're all very competitive with each other. They all have very different agendas. Like, they have competitive quotas with each other. So, like, it turns, it seems like, like, when one company, like, steps into, like, a mission or an agenda, when it has to, deal with, like, other companies kind of, like, want to fight first in terms of, like, getting there first, etc. But I think akin to, like, how firefighters work in real life, they're still, like, they're still, like, subjected and very specific with, like, the sort of neighborhoods they're in or districts they're supposed to be assigned to. Like, one of the other, and, like, it's cool because there's actually, like, very different dynamics and different, like, you see the different dynamics in, like, these other companies and, like, what their spiel is. And the main cast seems to be the most normal one, air quote, even though they're the ones that other companies make fun of. Because one of the other companies, their captain, she's basically, like, this domineering silver-haired lady. She has, like, flower Nia eyes, for no reason. And then, yeah, she's like a dominatrix type. She walks over her, like, underlings with her high heels.
There's gotta be one.
There's gotta be one.
In her office, yeah, she has, like, this long fur coat. In her office, she just sits on the male firefighters who are posed like a throne. Like, this one guy was, like, crouching down, like, a bookshelf.
Oh, like Mom RPG.
Yeah. And then, like, all her women, like, all the women, at least so far, they're, like, these sexy triplets in this letter. Anyway, they have, like, a weird thing going on. They have, like, they have some weird shit going on in that fire company. But that's an example. Like, they all have, like, different spiels going on, different shticks. So the recent events that are going on is that they have this thing called the Rookie Fire Soldier game. So they're just pitting the newcomers and amateurs against each other to basically test out their skills to see what they're able to do. So they, like, have this, like, fake setup with this building that's on fire, and they have to rescue these actors who are basically pretending to be victims. And, well, of course, here's where we get into, like, deeper plot. Like, it gets sabotaged because so far, like, this guy who appears to possibly be the main antagonist, like, invades the whole thing, and people realize, like, oh shit, this is actually real and not, like, a test. And, like, he implies to the main character, like, oh, yeah, I know a thing about your past. Like, I know the whole thing about, like, your family being killed in that fire, like, a long time ago. And he slips in on this little thing about, like, saying, like, implying that, like, oh, yeah, your little brother actually survived the thing. And then, he wishes away and nothing else is explained. So that's, like, one thing that happened. And, this actually later plays into the fact where, like, he was, like, hinting that, oh, yeah, there might be corruption going on across the fire companies where they're probably, are doing, like, cover-ups about, like, all these things going on and, like, all the human combustion cases. And they're like, there's probably more knowledge about it than what they're actually relaying to the public. The episode after, they're actually, like, are investigating this case where, well, not investigating, but it literally exploded, where this one firefighter was basically on trial for, like, a murder or something, or several murders. And, like, in the middle of his trial, he just, like, combusts. He, like, literally explodes into one of those demon things. And then it kind of gets into this weird territory where now there's this possibility where a lot of these people, like, post combustion, where they transform into the demons that they call infernals in the series might actually still have like consciousness when they're in that form. So like this one guy, he actually was like, they were basically just fighting off this one guy and like trying to deal with his case. And he was, I don't know, his platform didn't make sense. He was like, oh yeah, like you shouldn't be killing these people. So now I'm just gonna kill everyone else. I don't know. He didn't really have a strong platform of like, hey, I don't think it's right that you were killing. You're killing the infernals, the fire demons, because they might still have like autonomy and they might have still a sense of personhood, even though they might even though they have these destructive qualities. But he just goes on to kill human. I don't know. Anyway, they deal with him, and then like the fire company with the sexy like dominatrix lady is like, no, don't kill him. We're gonna take him in to study. So it's all very suspicious right now, and like there seems to be this whole like bureaucracy thing going on that I think is very intriguing about like this world where human combustion is just a thing and people explode into demons. So here's my thing, though. The problem with the series is that I do not like the main character so far, or like so far how he's characterized. Everyone else is super interesting. And again, to reiterate my love for the buff girl, I don't think I explained her powers. So she wears a witch hat when she's in her firefighter uniform, and it's to play off the fact that when she does her fire powers, she basically conjures up these fire familiars. And it's so cute. Like, they kind of look like, they look like the equivalent of, like, the Dragon Quest slimes. They're, like, usually, like... And then she's able to, like... I don't know, like... How should I explain this? Like, she's able to, like, conjure up a bunch of them, and they can be, like, a bigger, like, fire monster thing. And she even names them, so she gets really sad and hurt whenever they, like, burn out and sizzle out, basically the equivalent of dying. And, yeah, she's very great. Props to the buff girl. But anyway, the Memsi is kind of a terrible character. There. Yeah, the girls so far are great. The girls so far are great. The nun girl, also great. I hope they eventually explore her more. Yeah, but the MC, I'm not really down for him. And the main reason is because they keep bringing up this joke that he's like perverted, like, oh, he's taking a peek at like the pretty panties, and it's just not funny. It's just not funny. It's very forced. And maybe I'm also because I'm just jaded by this kind of gag, but I think all of us here are. But for it to have any impact at all, it has to be funny, but it's just not funny. And it also contradicts, I think, how he is as a character, like, especially the first episodes where they hype up, like, he has this really fucked up backstory where he witnessed his family die in a fire, and then like his extended family wouldn't take him in because they think he did it, and like he has all this trauma on him. It's like literally an emphasized thing where at first it's awkward, but you understand it. Like he smiles like unintentionally because of his insecurity, so he's constantly smiling awkwardly in like a lot of scenes where it's like, no, if you remember, this is actually like a weird behavior tick he unfortunately picked up because of his trauma, where he can't help but smile. And then like his extended family like just like mocked him when they wouldn't take him in and being like, oh yeah, see, look at him, he like totally killed his family because he's smiling at them dying, stuff like that. But that's just like the main thing, my main issue with him. Like they keep like bringing up this like, oh, he's a pervert gag, where it just doesn't work and it falls flat half the time and it feels very forced. And then the show also feels oddly edited. There are like a lot of shots where it just feels like it's lingering longer than it should be. There was like one episode I watched where it felt like there were sound mixing problems. Like it felt like there was something off about the mixing, and there was some noise coming up that I don't think was a result of the streaming platform I use. I think it actually was a problem with the episode itself. So I don't know. Like, those are like kind of tiny like issues I have with the show, but otherwise, like, I'm very much sticking around because I very much intrigued with this cast, and I hope kind of like the weird like gag they have with the main character kind of stops, or at least slows down, because it's just not funny. It doesn't add anything at all, and it feels very forced. It like really interrupts a lot of scenes. Like the show actually, and people have really high hopes for the show. Like it already was licensed for an Adult Swim. It already premiered on Adult Swim. It's already dubbed on Cartoon. Not Cartoon Network now, it's officially Adult Swim. Toonami. Toonami's not on Cartoon Network anymore, just to correct that. Yeah, it officially already aired on Adult Swim probably like last week. It's already dubbed. So, yeah. It's a very interesting world. There's like a very interesting characters that I'm hoping to learn more of, but I just hope they they need to calm down with the main character's like weird perverted gag, because it doesn't match, it doesn't fit him at all, and it's very interruptive. It doesn't mesh with the rest of the comedy of the show. Like there was like this really cute thing where like they and like Japan has tons of mascots for everything. There was this cute thing where they literally introduced the concept that the fire companies have mascots, and it was just really cute. Like there's just like a lot of silly, surreal humor in it that I think like it doesn't need ecchi humor for this show. Like as is, we already have a pigtail girl who's just in a bikini for no reason.
I mean, I think
like,
we could
don't need
say
to
that for
add on to,
90%
like,
of the shows that this
it doesn't
happened
add
in
anything.
as well. Because, oof.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that you don't like the main character, because just from the first 2 episodes I've seen, he's really good, and I'm into him. I especially think that he plays off really well with King Arthur Chuny boy.
Oh yeah, yep. He does. But it's just something that I noticed like happened like within the last 2 episodes where it's like, oh, is this going to be like a recurring thing now? Like it feels wrong. It feels wrong to have it for this character.
Yeah.
Like yeah, it doesn't make sense. I'm curious to see if any other like female characters come up and that's like a thing. Like I'm like, oh, okay, I guess. But I hope not. So.
Well, I hope it gets better for your sake as well. Because I feel that deeply with many of the anime that I have watched. Is just like, if you could stop it with the weird, horny gags, I don't get it at all. It's just, please stop.
Yeah, it's because it's also like, it's done in a very low effort way. It's just not funny. Like you're not trying. Like, oh, it's like the exact same scenario. Like, oops, he accidentally falls. Oops, she accidentally falls on him. Uh-oh, he sees up her. Like it's all the exact.
It's just
same
there because
formula.
like they have to fill the air, is what it feels like.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is where we would put one of those in an anime, right? All right, let's. That sucks. All right, John, do you want to do questions and opinions?
Let me finish yawning.
Okay. Jeez.
Sorry. Alright. Yes, I would love to do questions and opinions. If you have a question or an opinion, send it to videogamechoochoo@tumblr.com/ask, and we'll be sure to look at it. We have one of each this week. People really skimped out on us.
It's fine.
Listeners.
They didn't know it was the reunion episode.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. Which would you like first? Would you like the opinion or the question?
Let's do the opinion.
Okay. Gregory Zero says, been watching season 1 of, please forgive me if I mispronounced this, Karakai Jozu no Takagi-san, which is the show about the big forehead girl that teases.
Very cute.
In the hopes of catching up before season 2 finishes. And honestly, all it makes me think about is what an adaptation of, again, apologies, Ijiri Ranai. That's a tough one. Nagatoro-san, which is the one about the other girl that teases, would look, since it largely looks to be the same concept, but with characters that are surely more interesting. If you were I guess this is also a question. If you were forced to have a high school anime girl bully you, who would it be?
That's a loaded question.
Yeah, I feel
Whoa.
like if I answer that, I'm on a list.
Well, you gotta answer it now.
Anyone bully me? That's my answer.
I don't think Nishikata wanted
not into that,
Takagi
yeah.
to bully him, but look where we are.
Yeah. I get it. My biggest, like Nagatoro-san is, it's pandering to a certain taste for that, you know? But I feel like in real life, if someone actually does that to me, I would just, avoid them at all costs.
Yeah.
I don't want any confrontation. But I get it, people are into that, and oh, it's a turn on, you know? Or not a turn on, or you're just, into people like that, I guess. But I personally would not associate myself with people who would just do that. If my friends are shading on me, I would. It's a two-way street, right? They're not doing it because I out of nowhere, I would likely respond to them back with shitting on them. But if it comes unfounded, out of nowhere, I would take it oh no, why are you being mean? You know, I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't want anyone to bully me. That's my answer.
There's a big difference between playful jabs between your friends and I tried to read a little Nagatoro-san. I felt like that shit went a little far at times. Like she legitimately terrorizes that
there,
boy.
There were pages where he's crying. I'm like, whoa.
It's funny when you
this
talk
is
about that
not okay.
with Nagatoro because now it's gone in the completely opposite direction where they're just tsundere for each other.
Yeah,
There's development then.
I only read a little bit of it because I was like, people keep talking about this, you know. I want to see why everyone's freaking out about it. And I'm like, I know why, because everyone just wants to, because everyone has fucking issues and they want to be like, yeah, well, I was bullied growing up, but what if they actually wanted to fuck me? Which they don't. They don't.
Yeah.
But,
My answer would be Mai from Nichijou because if she wants to do a prank war,
yeah.
I'll go all out in that prank war. Only
See,
one
that's
side
not
can
bullying.
win.
That just sounds like a good time.
She's a bully. Look
I
at
would
her.
classify her as a
Yeah.
bully in a lot of
Okay.
instances.
Remember when she confesses her love to Yuko? Like, that's just mean. That was just mean.
Oh,
Okay,
that's-
yeah.
That's probably the most mean-spirited thing she's done, in fairness. But yeah.
It's still pretty fucked up.
Yeah,
I don't
it
know. I
really
think
is.
about it, like...
I think, like, yeah, I would not answer this in, like, oh, yeah, I want them to bully me. I think it more like if I would like to playfully, like, tease a character, it would definitely be, like, an aloof character. And this is going way back. Since you brought up Nishida, I'm going to bring up Azumanga Daioh. Like, a character like Osaka, like, would be really funny to kind of mess around with. But at the same time, I don't think that's my solid answer either, because I feel like a character like aloof like that would just be mean, right? Like, to mess around with him? I don't know. Don't bully people. That's my answer. That's my PSA.
Fine.
Be kind.
Hey,
I don't know.
this is tangentially related, but have y'all ever seen Sakamoto Desu Ka?
Oh, yeah.
Where haven't you heard of Sakamoto? That show is my favorite show about bullies because they all try to bully him and they all, like, he's such a nightmare man. Like, everything about him is a nightmare that it makes it so fucking funny to watch, and that's all I can think of right now is, like, I want a scenario like that. So, you know, I would say probably Rin from Fate because, like, if you, like, counter her at all, she just falls apart, and it would be pretty funny every time.
Yeah. That's pretty valid.
So, like, tsundere type
Yeah.
characters, essentially. Yeah, and it's just, okay.
Just talking about Ava, I mean, you know, Asuka, but
Yeah.
well, Asuka would be there. But if you,
I don't think you want to.
I was gonna say, it's-
you don't bully anyone on that show. No, don't
I was
bully
gonna
anyone.
say
on
like
that
you would
show.
try to do that, and she would immediately
Wait, no.
just like sit in a bathtub for a week and almost die. That's what would happen.
Yeah, don't bully
Elevate.
anyone on
No.
that show.
Bully Gendo.
Okay, yeah, he can be bullied,
Just
yeah.
Gendo. I think everyone else.
But then he's scary, so then it's like
no, he deserves it.
his
He needs to
response-
be...
But his response will be extra bad.
I mean, as an adult, I would want
don't
to beat his
know.
ass, but like I
Yeah.
wouldn't want. Look, I keep high schoolers away from him at least, or he'll stick his
Keep
hand
everyone
inside of
away
them.
from him. Ah, don't say... Oh.
He'll meld with them.
Yeah, also still,
Mm.
It's bad.
Don't like
Alright.
that man.
it's all bad.
It's bad. All right.
Don't bully
Don't
anyone.
bully.
That's my don't bully.
And to wrap it up, Shulis asks, how much camping are you expecting in Yuru Camp Season 2? Nigh constant. Like,
If they don't at least match the amount of camping in season 1, I'm gonna riot.
They need to double the camp.
What if they didn't do any
Oh, that would...
until the very end? Then
They
it's
would-
like, whoa, we've had a hectic couple months, guys.
They would have to jump through some real narrative hoops.
then that camping session better be the most amazing camping session of all time.
They spend 24 minutes of them just camping. Straight up. No opening, no ending. They do the credits and things.
Incredibly detailed, like, just, no, it's... the entire season is one camping trip, but in real time.
Oh my god.
That would be
Yeah.
good.
I would watch the
the
fuck
whole
out of
process of eating?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that. Absolutely.
would actually watch. Yeah.
So how much camping's gonna be in the movie is the big question.
Oh, right. I
Oh.
forgot there's a movie.
That can be a real time like coverage of camping.
I mean, like an hour and a half. Like they could cut it up a bit.
Well, yeah, John, it's gonna be a movie length.
Okay, look, I'm just saying if they decided to make the longest animated film of all time be the Eurocamp movie and just be like
Honestly.
8 or 9 hours.
It's 2 days long because it matches like a weekend camping. Like,
Oh God.
Oh my god.
To get there, yeah. Then to leave.
8 hour long scenes of them just sleeping.
Leaving the site would be the credits.
I
Yeah.
see. I thought you were gonna
That
say
counts.
8 hours of them in the car, like driving to
I
the
actually want
camping
this
spot.
movie now.
Like,
Oh yeah, road trip songs. Yeah.
People in the theaters all camping together. That, you know what?
Honestly.
Oh,
Yeah.
Look,
that's a
there's already all these fucking stupid Marvel marathons where people are sleeping in the theaters. Like, at least do something good with that, you know? Like,
Oh my gosh, now that you bring it up, that's like a perfect experience for like, people are kind of like bringing up, bringing back, not on a large scale, but like pop-ups of like drive-through movies, events around. That's a perfect outside movie to watch. People can actually like, sit in the, like some places I know like nearby, like they do screens in the parks and
Yeah.
stuff. That's a perfect experience. Yeah.
yeah, I dig it.
Just emulate what they're doing.
God, I want more Eurocamp now. I
so
need
you
it.
just have to wait. It'll be okay. I promise. It'll be good. It'll feel better because you have waited.
I guess it's about the destination, or what was it? The journey, not the destination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just
Something
want
like
the
that.
destination. Fuck
All right. So that does it for. All right. So yeah. Thank you all for joining me again. I'm glad we're
you.
back together.
Me too.
The band's
Yeah.
back together again. We have
good.
just a reminder. We have Tomoko Market next week, or next week in 2 weeks. That'll be our show, and we're gonna discuss that. So yeah,
And there's also a movie,
Oh, yeah.
which I do recommend, actually, because it's not that long.
is it just?
If you want to add that on, too.
It's that. Is that on Crunchyroll and everything? Did we already? Okay.
Yeah, the movie should also
On
be...
High Dive with
yeah.
Tamako Market.
Yeah.
Oh, on High Dive, right? Okay.
Okay.
Cool. All right. So yeah. So watch that if you want before, so you'll know what
Yeah,
the
the
hell we're
movie's
talking about.
optional. I would say the movie's optional.
The movie's optional.
As always, you can send any questions or opinions to videogamechoochoo.tumblr.com/ask.
I should say about the Patreon. We talked about this already on the main podcast, but for everyone else, just a reminder: by the time you hear this, patrons, we will have changed from $1 to $3. But what I'm gonna do is, if you're currently paying $1, you will be locked in to the dollar, and you will be able to access everything. We'll make it everything. We'll give it to you because we want to reward you for sticking around and being there for so long. Or if you want, you can upgrade to the $3 tier. That's fine. Whatever you want to do. I mean, we would love that. More money for us is always good. We can use that for, improvements on the site and to do things. But we're going to lock that in. If you are listening after, of course, and you want to get stuff early, you can get that early. We're going to be releasing the Spyro Let's Play early on Patreon, a week early, just like we do for the podcasts. So get in on that. But it's just $3 for everything. Now, for those of you that are maybe joining in the $3, and you're like, well, wait, why would I pay more money for Choochagatari? Why would I want to do that? Well, what we want to do for the $3 people, and I guess also for the old $1 people, will keep you involved too, but for the patrons, we're going to start asking you for ideas for what we should watch. So we're gonna pick a show 1 week. So for example, LV picked Tamako Market this time. Next time we pick a show, so next month, I guess, after we watch Tamako Market, we are going to want to have something that one of you picks. So, I'll post something on the Patreon. I'll have like hey, comment here for shows that you want. It has to be reasonable, like 12 episodes, something around there. And of course, nothing offensive, nothing too sexual. Just be reasonable with our time, with, people's tastes. If there's something that is, maybe triggering but not necessarily like awful, like, tell us so we can tell people. Because like, say, like Rose talks about Kara no Kyokai. That's good, but there's still, potentially troubling things in it. So, if like something like that, just give us a heads up. But if it's something that's just completely awful the whole way, don't even think about it. But I trust you all, so don't worry about it. I don't think people that listen to us are going to be like, hey, you should watch the fucking evil murder Nazi show or something, like I don't think any of y'all are going to do that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. We're going to be making it all encompassing. So please, if you want to give us more money, you're welcome to. If not, you should be locked in if you're hearing this when it first comes out. But I would. It would be really cool for us to get the $3 because that helps us out a lot. The Express Pass, you get the Express Pass to everything that we do. So thanks so much for all your support over the years, or I guess it's been like a year since we started the Patreon. So yeah, so thank you for the year of help.
Yeah,
it's been really great. So thank you.
Just think soon we're going to get to like a year of this podcast, right? Like, woo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That'll be something. All right, so yeah, thank you everyone here and listening. I hope you have a good day, week, year, month. That order, it doesn't matter the order. You get the message. I care about you. Have a good time. And that'll do it for this week's episode of Choochagatari Unlimited Trademarks. Goodbye.